Are superpowers with side effects still worth it? This is a question scholars have been wondering for centuries.
What? No, we haven't.
Which is why I decided to look into it. I asked you to choose a superpower. I want flying, but the top reply is the side effect. You're only a flying head.
Sorry. Are we cool?
I said sorry. So for example, I want telekinesis. Very much. I think I would, if I had telekinesis, abuse that power to the max.
Yeah, that's right. Come to Papa.
And if I can only move burger. Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? Well, watch this.
Yeah, that's right. Come to Papa.
You think you've bested this power, but I have produced an idea. Obviously, telekinesis isn't very good if you can only control burgers. Even if you want to control the burgers to then control other objects. But then I'd be producing a lot of burgers. I don't want to keep going to the grocery store to buy more burger meat. Do you guys have like a vat of meat?
Yeah, burger packs are in aisle 3.
No, like, not like a packet, but like a vat. That would be a huge pain. But then I got the idea, what if I submerged the burger in resin like that one hot dog, and that the burger could last forever? And in addition to that, the resin could be any shape, such as burger in resin shaped like a spoon, or burger in resin in the shape of a hook. We could get really creative. I could be casting multiple shapes with multiple burgers, creating machinations only limited by my imagination. Let's rock and roll, baby! It's time to rock and roll. You thought you were funny. You have failed to limit my powers. And now you will face the consequences.
Oh, man.
I would say, yes, this power is still worth it with a side effect. Write that one down, scholars.
Who are you?
Let's see if you have what it takes to ruin this next power.
Satisfying. I'm gonna ask my channel now.
You can bring any character you want to life.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a character named Griffin who has wings and we're best friends and is magic also and can do kickflips.
Do a kickflip. Awesome.
Very interested to see the side effect that would ruin this. They hate you.
Griffin? Is this true?
Okay, that's fine. We're not friends anymore. I'm gonna make another character who is really cool and excels at baseball and is a demon and is your enemy, so you know how it feels.
You know, they say an enemy of an enemy is my friend. Wise words.
Seriously? I'll admit it. I don't think this power is fun with this consequence. If everyone hates me, then they're all gonna gang up on me. Ow, 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 ow. Like, if there's no consequences with this power, what's stopping me from, like, making a genie character who grants unlimited wishes? But now, if he hated me, I would have a lot of trouble trusting him. Unless character who is irredeemably evil and a threat to this world, who is a burger.
Which then I can, eat it.
Yes, eat me and become the very thing you sought to defeat.
I don't like this power anymore. You guys can hang out. I'm gonna leave. You guys suck. Those guys are a bunch of jerks anyway.
But not as much of a jerk as I'm about to be. This video is sponsored by Opera Browser. Wow, the internet. I wish there was some way for me to easily access it. If only there was some way to... Oh, would you look at that? With Opera, you can browse with ease. But not only that, it has features. Features such as video pop-out to watch incredible videos while doing your taxes or whatever you're up to. You can drag it over here, over here.
I'm having a hard time focusing, to be honest.
Over here. There's also a music player built right into the browser for listening to the best music for pumping you up. Aw, yeah, that's the beats. You can connect to services like Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, and it auto-pauses when you want to watch incredible videos. This is a perfect feature for people who hate clicking more than 2 times. Woo! When I'm browsing, I like to have more tabs open than there are stars in the sky. So Opera's Tab Island and Tab Traces features are fantastic. Tab Islands allows you to group your tabs, so you can have groups for like shopping and studying, and you can collapse them, so now you know exactly where to find everything. And Tab Traces visually shows you which tab you last visited by showing you an underline that fades the older it gets. So retracing your steps is easier. Now where did that tab go? phone. Here it is. Yeah, that's the stuff. Experience all these features by downloading Opera at the link in the description today. Thanks, Opera, for sponsoring this video. Next power. The ability to heal anything with the mind. This power is dangerous, mostly because you would either be sought after by world governments seeking to obtain your power, or you'd end up being the leader of a cult. But despite the risks, it's an amazing power to have. Anytime you stub your toe, it's fine. If you fall off the roof and then stub your toe in the process, it's fine. Or if you explode,
Actually, I don't think you'd survive that.
but if you were far enough away and then you stub your toe, then that's fine. Life would be way easier. But with the side effect, would it still be worth it? Come on. Almost got it. Let me try. Give me a second.
There we go.
You can only ever do it immediately after eating a bowl of grass clippings. You are terrible. Funny, but terrible. First of all, this makes using the power really awkward. Somebody, we need a doctor. Who needs help? This guy's hurt. He needs help. I'm hurt. I need help. Don't worry, guys. I got this. Why are you eating grass?
What are you doing?
I'm working on it. On top of that, you cannot let it get out that you have this power because it's limited to how much grass you can eat a day, which is not nutritional, by the way. You can't subsist off of grass. You have to eat other things. Trust me. I've been down that road. So if you're trying to keep a low profile, eating the grass kind of makes you suspicious. We have incredible news, Ron. Just as the evil sentient burger that's been on the loose attacked this child, we thought it was all but over for the child. But soon after the burger fled the scene, the child made a miraculous recovery. With us are some bystanders who witnessed the miracle. I don't know how that kid's alive. He was hit full force with a freeze ray. You don't walk away from that unscathed. After Burgermeister Burger Monster escaped, he just stood up like nothing happened.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what happened.
I vote this power is still very worth it. Despite you have to be on a low profile, it's gross to eat grass, and this really only works during the spring and summer, it's still worth it because it's not nothing, it's just kind of a bummer. You ruined it a little bit. The ability to completely forget about a show you've watched so you can re-experience it as if it was the first time. I do this already. Where am I? This power sounds cool at first, but this kind of sounds like purgatory a little bit. You'll just watch the show, forget that you watched it, watch it again, forget that you watched it. Months roll by, years roll by, and you're an old man before you know it. Where did the time go? You don't remember it? I remember the first time I saw the season finale for Severance Season 1. Did it feel amazing?
Yeah-huh.
Do I wish I could watch the show and feel the same way again?
Yeah-huh.
But if you haven't seen Adam Sandler's 2006 fantasy comedy film Click, I feel as if there is an important and relevant lesson in that movie. I think this power is a curse. So anyway, with that being said, let's see what the side effect is. You immediately lose interest before you watch the show. I knew that already with video games. Where am I? Because I consider the power a curse, you kind of made it better, which is the opposite of what we were trying to do here. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to... Smoke bomb! It's not working. Smoke bomb! The ability to have your art come out exactly as you imagined it. Yes, I can see it now. The trees, the river, the luscious flowers. Masterful composition. You can only draw pictures of Will Smith. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you ruined it. You've ruined a totally perfect superpower. Congratulations. If you need me, I'll be in my room. The ability to mimic anything. Ooh, I like this one. I've always been fond of the idea of, like, shape-shifting. I'm a big fan of Ditto from Pokemon. He's cute. But what I think it's still cool with a side effect. You lose your true self and have no unique form. If I'm understanding this correctly, is that so bad? I don't know, that doesn't sound too bad. Having no unique form kinda makes me have a unique form. Hey, I'm looking for a guy named Andy. Do you know who that is? Oh yeah, it's the guy with no unique form over there. Hello. Sure, I lose my unique form at the end of the day, but I could also fly. And of course, if I can mimic abilities, say hello to the world's best hacker. What are you hacking? Nothing. Someone ordered 1 trillion Dr. Peppers? You know that joke's getting a little old. I like them! The ability to turn invisible when nobody's looking. That's not a superpower. That's just being a guy. That's just a guy. Ooh, I'm invisible. I don't look at me. What? Look away. Okay, now look at me. Wait, okay. But you're being looked at 24/7. You didn't even ruin a superpower. This is a curse. I mean, do you mind?
I have to
like,
do
I'm
this.
trying to just,
I
like,
can't
be
leave.
by
This is
myself.
my job.
The ability to appear in an ice cream sandwich video. But he hates you.
Wow, I really hate this guy.
Thanks for watching. I hope everybody learned something. Scholars. Security. Don't forget to subscribe. I sure do love flying around the cosmos with you, sister. So fun. We're not doing anything to bother anybody, and we're... Oh, what's that? What's this dork up to? Hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Get cubed, idiot.
What's that supposed to mean?
Then I woke up here on Teyvat, fished you out of the water one day, don't have my powers anymore, have no idea where my sister is, and then I've been stuck here ever since.
Any questions?
Yes, Paimon? I can help you find your sister. Oh? Yeah, there's a town over there. It's called Mondstadt. It's probably somebody that knows something over there. Let's go. Okay. This is how I begin my adventure in the wonderful grand game of Genshin Impact. Sponsored. Any questions? Yes, you there. Why? How do they sponsor you? Great question. It kind of went down like this.
We request a trade. You be funny and play video game. We give you cartoon sack of money. Does this suffice?
I don't wanna.
2 cartoon sacks.
All right, now we're talking. And now we're here.
None of that sounded real.
So anyway, back to the story. Paimon and I make our way to Mondstadt. Hopefully somebody there can help us find my sister. Paimon points out some kind of magical statue that gives me magical powers. And it tells me that wasn't normal. The gods must like me because I'm so awesome and cool. Let's just keep going to Mondstadt.
Oh, okay.
On our way, we come across a giant dragon and some boy talking to it.
Nice, Ron.
I sneezed. Oh, I'm not allowed to sneeze.
After accidentally scaring off the dragon and the boy with the magic powers that were forced upon me, by the way, not my fault, we found a red-looking tear. This looks pretty dangerous. Probably shouldn't touch it. Spit that out. Why would that be your first instinct? Look, strawberry flavor! I just said it was dangerous. I don't know, I'm new here. A little further ahead, just as we're about to get to Mondstadt, we run into Amber. Parkour! I scratch her back by helping her fight some monsters. She scratches my back by bringing me into town and giving me a glider. Things are going pretty good. We're making a lot of progress. But moments later, the city is attacked by the dragon we pissed off from earlier. Do you think this is my fault? From the thing that happened earlier? Shut up! Paimon, help me! Suddenly, I'm whisked away by a tornado that the dragon summoned, flinging me high into the sky. Foolishly, though, the dragon has no idea that I recently was granted magic powers that I'm kind of allergic to. Witness me. After my heroic deeds that saved everybody in town, everybody now thinks I'm awesome and cool. Later, when we're in town, we see that green guy again. We meet up with him and learn that his name is Venti. And we got a lot of questions for him. Turns out, that dragon's name is Dvalin, and he used to not be a violent dragon, but only became one from corruption by an Abyss Mage, who's part of the Abyss Order, who's a group of non-humans who hate humans. So now Dvalin is tortured by this magic poison blood, and I've been trying to get him back to sanity, but I just can't seem to reach him. Poison blood like this poison blood? Wait, it's a different color. Seems like maybe you magically purified it by magic accident. Blueberry. Can you guys purify this one? We can do it! Can you help me save Dvalin? We can do it! Let's commit a robbery!
What?
We can
Wait,
do
what?
it! There's a lyre of old in this town. Dvalin is very familiar with its music. If we get our hands on it, then maybe we can calm him down and bring him back to sanity. That's a good idea. Let's do it! Hey! Don't steal the thing that we wanted to steal!
Hey, intruders!
We're busted! Run! The jerks who stole our lyre before us was largely a non-issue, because we were able to find their hideout and beat them up and get it back. No problem. Witness me. So, with the lyre back, we could possibly cure Dvalin. Time has faded the magic in the legendary lyre, but all we had to do was restore it with the tears that I could purify. Easy! Hand me that tear that you purified earlier. Thank you. Now, with nothing in our way, we lured out Dvalin, only to find an Abyss Mage whispering evil lies to him, enraging him, and then him leaving again. Let the record show I did not sneeze this time, and none of this was my fault. Okay, new plan. We forcefully purified Dvalin of gross magic by beating him to a pulp. Yeah, I can do that. Hey, Dvalin, how you doing? How'd you guys get here so fast? Oh, wow, I feel a lot better. Sorry about earlier. Don't worry about it. We saved the dragon, we saved the town, and after all this, I feel very accomplished. The only bummer about all of this is that when I went to Venti and asked him about my sister, he said he didn't know. Oh. The next stop in your journey should be Liyue. The Geo Archon Rex Lapis comes once per year to make divine predictions, which guide the city on how to run Liyue for the coming year. Perfect. A chance to ask a powerful deity where my sister is. Let's get moving. Liyue is the largest trading port in all the 7 nations. Merchants gather from all over Teyvat, making it a port city with booming business. This is also where the world currency Mora is minted. I wonder if Adi would want to do another robbery with me. Once we arrive at the ceremony, we see Miss Ningguang of the Liyue Qixing, a powerful financial leadership group that takes part in running a lot of the city. Looks like Miss Ningguang is in charge of leading the ceremony this year. Oh look, that guy's making a wish. I wish to get some leads from the Geo Archon about my missing sister, and for my sister to be found soon. And $1 billion. Ooh, here he comes, here he comes. Oh my god! Paimon, we are way too close to the scene of the crime. And we're outsiders, we're gonna be considered suspects. Don't panic, what we need to do is sneakily escape from the scene of the crime without being caught so we don't look suspicious. Hey, over there! I'm not guilty, I can prove it! And just when I thought that I was about to go to jail, this guy named Child, yeah, that's his real name, comes to our rescue and gets us away from the scene of the crime. But when we talk to him, we find that he's part of the Fatui. Hey, you're part of the group that stole the lyre from earlier. I know my reputation, but I'm not a bad guy. Okay, maybe I am a bad guy, but you can trust me. Okay. Here, take this sigil. The Adepti, the magical creatures who have also taken part in running the city, have the authority of clearing your name of any wrongdoing, and this sigil will give you permission to talk to them. Well, I don't see any other way out of this, so let's go. After we filled in all the Adepti that God died, we are now off the hook from being criminals. But now there's this looming power vacuum in Liyue that leaves the city unstable. We talked to Child again, who's like, hey, isn't it weird that the Liyue Qixing hid the body of Rex Lapis after his death? Hey, that is weird. And they were the ones to do the ceremony, which means they were closest to the scene of the crime. And if you're close to the crime, you can do the crime. I would know. I stole a lyre once. Conveniently, we later get an invitation to meet Ningguang at the Jade Chamber, a grand floating house where she lives and does a lot of her work. Floating house, schmloating house. I'm not jealous. Floating stuff is stupid anyway. What did you... Anyway, this is a perfect opportunity to use my masterful detective skills to figure out where the body is hidden. Miss Ningguang, tell me where the body of Rex Lapis is hidden. It is in the Golden House. Tell me, or... Oh. Wow, I'm an amazing detective. We learned by talking to Miss Ningguang that the hiding of Rex Lapis's body was to stabilize the situation. Also, the Fatui are not to be trusted. Ever since Rex Lapis died, they've only wanted to gain power and sink their fingers further into Liyue. Oh. So Child was really just using me to get more information on where Rex Lapis's body was for evil Fatui reasons. I guess that the guy who said, maybe I am a bad guy, really was a bad guy. Not even the world's greatest detective could have seen that coming. So to confront Child, we go to the Golden House, where we find him being evil, and so we fight him. You can never dream of defeating me. Oh. Well, I guess I have to pull out the big guns. Fine, we go to plan C. What have you done? I could be a detective about it, but I'm wondering. I've summoned Osile, the overlord of the Vortex. Let's see you handle this. We bravely scurry back to Miss Ningguang to figure out what to do. She decides to use her floating house to defeat Osile. An entire... Wow, really? Okay. And the entire Jade House drops on top of Osile. The day is saved and everything is fine. Mostly. Sorry that Child got away. Also sorry your house blew up. Also sorry your god is dead. Do you know where my sister is? No. Dang it! Before I say my final thoughts, thank you Genshin Impact for sponsoring this video. It's been a while since I've been able to play a game that isn't laced with guilt, since this was technically work. And genuinely, look at me, genuinely, the game is good. It's got good animation, it's got good story, it's got good game design. There is a reason it's such a huge game. I actually enjoyed myself. If you're interested in playing the open world action RPG Genshin Impact, then you'll be happy to learn the game is free. There's over 100 characters that you can play with, each of which wield and fight with unique elemental powers. By the way, this entire video, 100% spoiler free. There's tons more story and lore, and what you just watched was only a taste of Genshin. Blueberry. Plus, there is a new update coming out on September 10th featuring the new region Not Cry. There's gonna be more characters such as Lauma from the Frost Moon Scions, Flins from the Light Keepers, and Aino from the Clink Clank Krumkaki Craft Shop.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
This update also greatly expands on the game's main story and lore, where you'll find several factions gathering at Not Cry for some unknown reason. Even the Ratatouille. And if I find Child there, I'm gonna beat his ass. There's also gonna be new events along with special rewards for the 5th year anniversary. Download Genshin with the link in the description and use the redemption code for 60 bonus Primo Gems. Thanks again for watching. And if you don't mind, it's time for me to jump back into the game. See ya, gamer. Sitting in a chair is spectacular. A demonstration. You, subscriber, go sit in that chair. Oh, that was really terrible. Sadly, we do not live in a perfect world. If we did, every type of sitting would be perfect. But sadly, that's just not the case. I have some feelings about chairs. Some you may agree with, some may scare you. I've taken those feelings about chairs and put them in this cheer list. Let's begin. Come with me. To start, let's take a look at the Humble Common office chair. Most everyone has these or used these. They're very common. You're probably like 100 feet from one right now, or you're sitting in one. What chair are you sitting in right now? Is it good? Average? How do you feel about your chair? How are you doing that? Don't worry about it. The office chair is everywhere because it's a great chair to use while you're working. Like if you're in the office, you're in the middle of working, if you need to ask your coworker a question, it's one little swivel away. Hey, how do you undo deleting all company files? It's super easy, very mobile. Imagine doing that with a regular chair. Hey, how do you undo deleting all company files again? You gotta stop doing that. Yeah. Also, how do you undo deleting all company file backups? Excuse me? Also, they can do this. Which is obviously a perk. So I think office chair goes in A tier. They're comfy, you can lean back, and they're fun. The only thing is that they're not very good for naps, unless you're like really good at taking naps. It's a good chair. A. One chair I'm not very fond of is the kind of chair you think of when I tell you to think of a chair. Yeah, that one. Let me borrow that. I can't remember what a chair looks like. Chair is me. Did I just kill that guy? I'm talking about your normal wooden chair. This chair works, and it's the most cherry of all chairs, but look at it. Ew, it's built as if it's made to be sat in with perfect posture, and that looks very uncomfortable. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more shrimp-shaped. I feel like this chair is classic, but we're in the future. It is 2026, and I believe we can fabricate better chairs. Is that a duct tape chair? These ones are my tush, and they're not very ergonomic. However, they're sturdy, and they do what they're meant to do, which is be a chair, and they do it well. Like if I try to be a chair, I couldn't compete. Hey. Sit on me. So therefore, I think wooden chair is B. What do you think of when it comes to food-shaped furniture? Did you think egg? That's the shape of this chair. The egg-shaped chair is a perfect manifestation of, an egg, but a chair. It's the brainchild of somebody who was eating breakfast and goes, I think I want to sit on this. Of the good things that I have to say about this chair. Hello?
Why are you making that face? It's the face you make when you're about to say this video is sponsored by-
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Are you tired of hiding in a concrete cube to stay safe from the world? Well, NordVPN is a virtual private network and keeps you safe while you're browsing online. Are there air holes in this? You see that guy over there? There are people out there that want your data and web activity without your consent. Well, NordVPN gives you the tools to protect yourself online. Here you go. NordVPN makes it easy to put a stop to online trackers. Not only does NordVPN protect you from malicious trackers, but it also protects you from nasty malware and malicious advertisements.
Oh, no, malicious ads was the guy to the left. You hit Larry. No, don't blame yourself. They look exactly the same.
And the great thing is you can put NordVPN on any device you want. Big screen, small screen, medium screen, pretty much any screen. Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 additional months for free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Who are you? Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. This chair is 10 out of 10 for an egg-themed home. I feel like this chair is very safe. If in a threatening situation, like someone is coming after you, then, you know, much like the shell of a real egg protects the yolk, the shell of this chair could protect you. Did someone just break in? We have to get into the situation room. Do you have a situation room? No, we don't have one. What do you have? I think we have something better. Come with me. I think he sees us. After inspecting this chair, I've determined that it looks comfortable, but I don't actually own one, so I don't know. One thing I do notice is that it looks like it would create neck pain because it's curved, you know? If anybody has experienced this egg chair, Is it comfortable? This chair is, C. I like it. It's funny, but I don't want it. If it was a banana chair, I'd be more lenient, perhaps, but an egg ain't gonna cut it. C. The common school chair seat doesn't have a lot going for it. When I think of this chair, I think back to the end of the year in 4th grade. My teacher said we need to clean up our chairs because they're messy and everybody's drawing on them. So before summer break, we gotta clean the chairs. So to clean it, she walked around to everybody's desks and sprayed it with shaving cream, which worked surprisingly well. I remember having a lot of fun with that little activity. Then after that, we went to a skating rink and spent the rest of the day there. It's just a good memory. Other than that memory, these chairs suck. They're cold and they're hard and uncomfortable. And you can't lean back at all comfortably. So it makes you want to escape through art. Also, being in this chair means one thing. You're in school. Nobody's rocking this chair for dinner. It's always located in a school. Maybe if it was a different shape, it would be better. Like, I don't know. Just like thinking off the top of my head. Banana shape. But as it is, it's bad. This chair is nothing more than a D, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Airplane seat. Who would even be a fan of these? Don't raise your hand. I'm not talking about the crazy business suite airplane seats, just the regular ones. On all counts, this chair is so bad. It comes with turbulence. It comes with baby crying. Wow. It's cramped. Rarely I have a good time. One plus is that this chair often comes with movies. Something that's happened to me more than once on a plane is while I'm watching a movie, specifically the Barbie movie, and then it gets to the part where Billie Eilish is singing. You know that one? I can't remember the lyrics. And then I start crying because it's very moving, obviously. And because of the length of the plane, when they start handing out snacks, the length of the Barbie movie, the attendants get to me right when I start to cry. Then I have to order my snacks pretending like I wasn't just crying. Would you like peanuts, cookies, or chips? Cookies. So other than that experience that's happened more than once, the movies are pretty good, but still pretty bad experience all around. D. The stool. This one does not inspire me. It's great for quick casual sitting, but who's enjoying a stool as much as any other chair? I'm assuming that the stool was invented so that people could sit at a bar, but there's no back on it because if there was a back on it, people would lean back instinctually and then they would fall over because the center of gravity is so high. I think. I actually don't know, but I can't look it up. But not because I'm lazy. It's because my computer's broken. I feel like the only time a stool is good is when it's at one of those old-timey diners where you can sit up at the bar and then the waitress is like, "What would you like, sweetie?" And you're like, "Give me the Grand Slam." "You got it, baby." God, I'm just bored looking at it. It's a C. Throne. A seat where the... Okay, that's gonna get cut. Thrones have so much aura that other seats try to be like them, such as a toilet. Like when people say, "I'm gonna go sit on the throne," and then you say, "Stop telling me you're pooping." A throne is just a really big chair that can't recline, and it's not very comfortable. But for a throne, it's less about that and more about the message that it sends. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my birthday party. Glad you could all make it. Even though it can't recline, that's an A tier. I think gaming chairs are a little silly. It's like the same thing as an office chair, but for gaming. I'm aware that that opinion is contrarian and annoying. I'm just saying, when I see it, I just see an office chair that got stretched out a little bit. And so it's just not my thing. But I'm not against it. This is a great chair if you like the gamer aesthetic. Meow. I feel like it'd be comfier than an office chair, but only by like a little bit. But personally, it's not necessarily for me. I like gaming no matter what the chair I am is sitting on. It's a good chair, and I think because it's very office chair adjacent, it gets an office chair adjacent rating. I give it an A. Folding chairs. I think their utility is great. They're not comfortable. They're also not super uncomfortable. I feel so... okay. And they come in very handy when you're wrestling. Honestly, if you're in a tight spot, would you want the egg chair or a folding chair? Yeah. And then I'm also thinking, how effective do you think you could be in a medieval battlefield with a folding chair? I don't know, I feel like if you use it right, you could be pretty effective. So good chair for sitting and hitting. That's a B. Pretty solidly. Beanbag. Oh, yeah. The first chair that you can actually dive into and it not be painful. I mean, technically you can do that with any chair. I love beanbags a lot. They're so cozy and whimsical. I will say, the bummer about this chair is that they are always so expensive. For the good ones, they almost actually cost an arm and a leg. Actually, I'd like the larger model, please. Yeah, that's not a problem. I like the idea of it being high quality. It's just, wow, it's a lot of money. And I need my money for other purchases. Like, I don't know. banana chair. For a beanbag chair, it's really good, really expensive, which means that it's an A-tier chair. At this point, you may have noticed that there are 2 tiers that haven't been filled yet. S-tier for stellar chair or sublime chair, and F-tier for flagrant chair or for bad. Think of the concept of a theater chair. Snack storage, lounging, watching movies, and then the concept of a cozy beanbag chair. And combine them. Ta-da! It's the Bean Theater Bag Chair. Not only is this chair perfect and awesome and cool, there is only one singular downside to this chair, and it's that it doesn't exist. Could you not? If it were real, I imagine it would have a foam frame that would work kind of like a tub to hold all of the beans for the beanbag aspect, and then you'd wrap it all up. Theoretically, it would be very comfortable. But it only exists in my dreams. If it were to exist, the Bean Theater Bag Chair would be S tier. As for the worst chair, you are very uncomfortable and you keep doing this thing where you moan in pain. I'll get off if you subscribe. Oops, sorry to break the news to you, but you're F tier. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and this is the entire video condensed in 1 second. I love Joy! And what about you, dear viewer? Are you privy to joy and frolic? The past couple of videos that I did on this channel have been kind of negative, which is great for humor. Complaining to me is funny. I'm in pain. Classic. But I want to lighten the mood a little bit around here. Life is full of merriment, and we should enjoy it. So I compiled a list of the top tier things that induce joy for me. Are you ready to feel delight, glee, jubilation? I'm running out of synonyms for joy. There have been days that I've been in terrible, horrible moods, but then my dog comes to see me and I start to magically feel way better. I don't know what kind of magic they're made of, but I feel like a dog's presence can heal anything. Do dogs radiate happiness in like the same way that nuclear waste is radioactive? How dogs radiate joy comes down to a top 3 reasons. First, you know that when they stick out their tongues when they're sleeping really hard? That's super cute. Look at that. That one too. This is cartoonishly cute. When I sleep normally without my tongue out, so I don't look very cute when I sleep. But if I did sleep with my tongue out, 2, when they rest their heads on you and cuddle, better than anything I've ever experienced. If Rhea does this as I'm laying down, then it doesn't matter what's happening around me. I can't move. She's sleeping. I'm just stuck.
Are you stealing my stuff?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, I would normally... No. 3, they got a beautiful, charming smile. Other animals also smile, like monkeys, but their smile is really freaky. That doesn't make me feel joy, and it freaks me out a little bit. This does make me feel joy, and it's really cute. These are just some of the top reasons I think dogs are great. There's tons of other reasons too, like when they sniff your ears, when they're resting their head on you and they wiggle their head a little bit to get more cozy. That little side eye thing that they do. Like, bro, we know each other. It's me. It's, you know, I feed you dinner every night. This guy, he's hilarious. Dogs firmly earn themselves on the list that make life worth it. Now, the next thing that brings me joy. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. When you want to browse the internet, you want to do it safely, and you want to eliminate any threats while doing so. Huh? Oh, me? I'm just eliminating this guy who wants to collect my data using NordVPN. You got the wrong guy. Well, what do you expect me to do about it? One time last week, I was just minding my own business when I ran into malicious ads Alex and nasty malware Mandy, who were looking for some trouble. Luckily, I had NordVPN for protection. I think you know by now that you can install NordVPN on any device that you want. So I went ahead and cut out all the busy work for you and installed it on all of your devices while you were sleeping. Hey, just a heads up, you do this thing when you sleep where you stop breathing. I think you might have sleep apnea. Also, I think you need better locks on your doors. Use code IceCreamSandwich to get NordVPN's 4-year plan plus 2 additional months for free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. There is a special secret in the 3 images I'm about to show you. See if you can spot them. 1, 2, and 3. You want to know what it is? This is from the show Arcane, where the creators purposely made every circular thing a little misshapen. Irises, windows, except the hex gem here is perfectly circular. That's so creative. This fills me with joy. I love small like Easter eggs and details in media like that. Whoa, is that a cool detail in this enjoyable high effort piece of media that I learned after the fact? This is like if you see a marble statue and you're like, wow, that's great. And then notice the sculpture also includes included fingerprints, a detail most people wouldn't even notice. Suddenly that statue seems a lot more cool and impressive. Like in the show, did you catch that? Wait a second. Who here hasn't seen Arcane? Did you catch that Victor in the past couldn't keep up with his toy boat, but in the future he could? They didn't need to do that. Mwah! Amazing detail! That's what you get when you put true professionals of the craft in the driver's seat. If you think about it, it kind of reminds me of my animations. La 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 la. It's like in Severance, the color red means something. Or in Spider-Verse, Miles is animated on a different frame rate until he gains confidence and grows into the role of Spider-Man. I'm not like attentive enough to notice these things usually. They often go over my head. Even when people like introduce their names to me, things go over my head. I'm Andy, what's your name? I'm going to listen to their name. I'm going to remember it. I'm going to repeat it in my head 3 times and then use their name in a sentence after they say it so I'll remember and not forget their name. And I work in accounting, which is why people always think it's funny that that's my name. So normally, details in media will go over my head. But even so, when I learn about them, I love them. That sounded like a slogan for a fast food restaurant. McDonald's, I love them. So yeah, details in media fills me with joy. Yeah. Okay, man, this party is so lame. Don't worry, I brought a little something to spice things up. It might feel like low-hanging fruit to say snacks bring me joy in life, but think about it for a second. Back in the day, you know, when people were peasants or something, they didn't get snacks like we do. What a wonderful time it is to be alive at the same time as Oreos. I don't know what kind of gruel peasants ate back whenever, but I know it isn't cheese-blasted goldfish. Sucks for them. Not only that, but these days you can just make your own snacks too. I've been making marshmallows myself as a hobby, and I can just do that. If you wanted to do that like even 50 years ago, you probably had to go to like the library and read. Who's even literate these days? Fun fact, there's a stage when making marshmallows that smells like wet dog. It's weird. Trust the process because eventually it's delicious. There's a lot to criticize about the future and the state of the world these days, and even snacks themselves. So sometimes I have to remind myself to be grateful for snacks, even if they are sometimes freaky and bad. I cannot imagine a world where snacks do not fill me with joy. Girl Scout cookies, banger. Stovetop popcorn, banger. Pop-Tarts, banger. Gushers, banger. Boba, banger. Scooby-Doo gummies, specifically the ethereal blue one. Really good. Ice cream sandwiches, amazing. And fruit by the foot. When I was in 4th grade, me and my friend Tyler would roll them up super tight after eating them and then extend them to make them look like cigars. And then we would just pretend to smoke. Long day. Yeah, it's a good memory of mine. I can't imagine living in a world without snacks. Like, imagine being a plant. They can never experience the bliss that is a ring pup. Wearable snacks make me feel alive. And then they get sunlight. Ooh, yummy photons. Yeah, okay, buddy. I can do that too. All of these things are to say, snacks, yeah, snacks are great on their own, but there is one thing that makes snacks even greater, and that's storm. Bro, are you serious? There's something that is so amazing and cozy about storms. I'm not sure why it is. Why do I feel extra cozy inside away from storms when I feel regular, normal inside away from not storms? I don't know. A cozy storm is the cherry on top to a lazy day. Either when it's raining and I get to hear the rain on the inside, or when it's snowing and everything is covered in big fluffy snow. There are obviously storms that I do not find cozy, like tornadoes, for what I think are obvious reasons. I believe there is a prime and perfect way to enjoy a cozy storm. First, I get one of these things. My aunt made it for me. It's like a mix between a hoodie and a blanket, which is great because blankets fall off your shoulders when you're trying to do things, and hoodies aren't that cozy. So it's the perfect in-between. Then I get on the couch, get Rhea in there, obviously, get a snack and a movie or a show. And if you really want to max out on dopamine, then I'll play a game. All of that, then throw in the pitter-patter of rain. What could possibly make this moment any better?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hatsune Miku! Snowstorms are also great. Oh no, I have to stay inside with a hot cup of chocolate and wait this storm in a cozy blanket? Big fan of storms. Love them. Yeah, the things I'm about to say don't really have a category, but fall under the umbrella of the little things. The smell of autumn, sizzling bacon, opening a pop can, heist movies, and bug music. These things, among many others, are the little things in life. It's not gonna make your week, it's not gonna make your day, but they are the cherry on top that if you stop and spend time to recognize, they fill you with joy as well. What is that? It's pure joy, the very essence Damn it! No, it's too dangerous!
Let's see here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Yep. And you next time stick to the script and don't consume the pure essence of joy and happiness.
Worth it! In these boxes are the worst hobbies of all time. Once I show you what's in these boxes, you're gonna be like, Andy, you were so right. These are the worst. Oh, you're so correct. It's smart.
Somebody help me.
In life, there are many, many hobbies. Some of them are pretty neat. But what are the worst ones? Well, I have the worst hobbies right here. You may disagree with some of them, but this one, I promise you, everybody will agree it's the worst one. I'm gonna open it, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the worst one. Let's begin. Free soloing. If you do this, I cannot believe that you do this. If you don't know, free soloing is just rock climbing, but without any ropes. Isn't that dangerous? Correct. Phew, I thought. I think rock climbing itself with ropes is already very impressive. That's a lot of strength, dexterity, endurance. But I think I'm missing something with the whole no ropes thing. I'm gonna ask a question that I request nobody make fun of me for. Is free soloing any different from rock climbing? He doesn't know. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't have the ropes, is there a difficulty difference? I feel like the only difficulty difference is that if you mess up, you just don't get to climb cliffs anymore. Or anything anymore. Think of it like racing, where if you took out the seatbelts and the rolling cage and the airbags and everything that made it safe, it feels like racing in a race with that car would be just as difficult, right? It's just if you mess up, you don't race anymore. That used to be a guy. I personally like to make mistakes without dire consequences. Oops, I made a mistake. No, that's not a mistake. That's just a happy little accident. No, Bob. This is the end of the road for me. You will never catch me in a million years free soloing. I don't think there's anything that would make it worth it. Hey man, we should go rock climbing. Yeah, okay. That sounds fun. Yeah, and what if we went without the safety equipment? What? Yeah, like we took off the ropes and the harnesses and we just went solo, freely. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a terrible idea. What are you talking about? That sounds fun and exhilarating. That sounds dangerous in a fun and exhilarating way. No, in a good way to end up in the hospital kind of way. Well, Brett's out there doing it. He's probably having tons of fun. I'm freaking out so hard right now. Fine, let's make a bet. We're gonna go free soloing, and if we end up in the hospital, then I give you $50. I do need $50. I don't know, it just seems dangerous for no reason. And that's why it's one of the worst. You just make me so nervous up there. Wouldn't you rather try baking? At least put a mattress at the bottom. Personally, I'd rather stay inside and afraid of the world. It's better this way. Next up, I'd like to show you something. Oh God, I think he's sponsored by War Thunder.
You would be correct.
Run! Are you into vehicle combat video games? Well, then you'll love War Thunder, as it is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. Take command of over 2,500 real-world tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships, ranging from biplanes to armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. War Thunder has incredibly detailed vehicles with realistic graphics and authentic sound effects, so you don't have to make your own sound effects, no matter how fun that may be. War Thunder has a worldwide community of over 95 million players. We love comprehensive vehicle combat! I personally recommend War Thunder's comprehensive customization systems for all kinds of vehicles, including community-created ones, meaning you can make your vehicle truly reflect what's inside your heart. Oh my God. War Thunder offers 3 distinct game modes for whatever player type you may be. There's fast-paced and simplified physics of arcade mode, simulator mode for those looking for a no guardrails challenge style, and realistic mode for a balance between intensity and authenticity. However you choose to play is available. Play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile devices now by using my links in the pinned comment or video description. All players on PC and consoles that haven't played in over the past 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms that includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator, Tiger, Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium accounts for limited time only. Thanks War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Number 2, Pokemon card scalping. Collecting cards isn't the bad part. I myself have collected cards. Collecting cards is fun. It's been around forever. People did it with baseball, there's Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing wrong with buying a box and just cracking packs. Who cares? That sounds fun. But there's a certain type of Pokemon card collector that nobody likes. The one that goes out and buys everything and fights with people, and then there's nothing left over for anybody else. What are we doing? You're ruining the experience for other fans. You're effectively taking away toys from kids, like little Timmy here. And it's not just kids, it's Big Timmy too.
I want Pokemon.
I know. Me too, Big Timmy.
I also want Pokemon.
Oh. Okay. What happened to good old-fashioned burglary? If one were to just burgle, you could hide your identity, and you don't have to fight people in public anymore. I'm here to steal Pokemon cards. Put them in the bag. Did you bring a weapon? No. Then I'm not gonna give you any Pokemon cards. But I'm burglaring. Also, what's with your mask?
I thought it looked cool.
Hey, give that back! No, you're not giving it back. Did you put the Pokemon cards in the bag yet? Yes, I did. Yay! I did it! It's so bad. People in the community are talking about how they just can't get any cards for their kids. This person on Reddit says, I started collecting with my 6-year-old last year. We haven't found anything in stores since March. She used to ask me about buying packs every week. After months of nothing, she stopped asking about 2 months ago.
That sucks.
Same story. We haven't seen anything since last November. Wasn't able to get any for her for Christmas or her birthday in February, and by the time she stopped asking, I was happy that she didn't have to be disappointed anymore. Ultimately, stop it. Number 3, cave diving. Specifically going into tiny holes in the ground that are difficult to fit in. Some cave exploring is cool and beautiful even. The beauty of nature takes many forms, but I cannot understand the drive to go underground in a hole that's barely fit for an insect to find another room full of rocks and like a lot of spiders probably. You were just in a room full of rocks. I don't think you needed to break your ribs to get to the next one. It's great that you want to get outside, but then you go outside to go inside of the outside. Just stay outside. The great outdoors, the sunshine, the fresh air. Oh look, a dirty, dark, muddy hole in the ground. Bro, get out of there. It's way better out here. I can have just as much fun in here as I have out there. Thank you very much. A butterfly literally just landed on my head and I'm listening to the birds chirp. How can a dark, dusty cave ever compare? The cave experience is just as a magical experience as you're having. A spider just landed on my head and I can listen to the natural, relaxing ambience of the cave. I have to be missing something. I don't know what it is. Am I too cynical? I feel like I have to be missing something. There's not a lot of hobbies that go from dangerous to lethal if it happens to rain that day. I don't think we're making it, boys. Even if I tried cave diving, I don't think I'd make it very far. I'd probably get like stuck between 2 stalactites at the entrance. I don't think we're making it, boys. Maybe it's a desire to like explore and adventure and find something new. You know, there's always a Minecraft for that. Or Hytale. Plus, you guys freak me out. Look at this guy moving through a submerged section of a cave. You guys freak me out. I'm freaking out. Okay. Number 4, barehanded fish catching. It's actually really impressive. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to touch fish. I don't like the texture. Moving on. Now, are you ready to see the worst hobby? The one I alluded to in the beginning of the video? Well, there's a guy in there. What? Hey, get out of there. Shoo! Here is the worst hobby, which is simply the worser version of cave diving. Underwater cave diving. It's the same thing with the same freaking dangers, except for this time, there's a terrifying timer on it. Uh-oh, did you get lost and you can't find your way out? Eventually, that's gonna be a really big problem. In regular caves, there's like bats and stuff, but in underwater caves, who knows what's in there? Perhaps a creature humans have never encountered before, and probably for a good reason. You don't even need to have a boulder crush you in an underwater cave to meet your demise. You just need to be there for an amount of time. Do you guys remember how much oxygen we have left? Well, that guy's dead. Do you remember? This gives me a bad feeling. I had a hard enough time playing Subnautica. There is never in 100 million gabillion years I'm ever gonna be found underwater in a cave. Unless you give me $50. Just kidding. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys have any hobbies that you do, that's pretty cool. Have you ever had a bad teacher? Like a really bad teacher? Can I go to the bathroom? Okay, geez. Now think of the worst teacher that you've ever had. And did they ever take money from you? No, I don't think that anybody... I had that happen to me once. Okay, geez. Back when I was in junior high school, I took a class about starting small businesses. In this class, we had to come up with our own business idea, build it, and then try to get people to pay for what we made with real money as a way to get education on business. Business. Buy our product. No. Buy it. No! It's getting away! Business. I really wanted to learn business, so I thought this was a great idea for a class. The only downside to this class was that money was involved. Real money. Yeah, that's real. And when real money's involved, people stop playing fair. The class got divided into 3 groups of 5. One team decided to sell cool fancy pens. Another group made screen printed t-shirts. And our group made magnets. Our team was the best one. Not to brag, but I mean that. We had a fantastic production line. We had solid profit margins. We even had a role for everyone. There was the math guy to figure out the numbers. People to make the magnets. We had distributors to sell the magnets.
You want some magnets?
And me, the artist. And I still have them. Ooh, look how cool they are. And faded with time. Oh, so nice. All I'm trying to say is that we put in the work. All of the money that we made was earned. After the whole class was done, we had made $150 total in profit, which was the most money in the class. Better than the pens, better than the t-shirts. We were really proud of ourselves. So this business class was located in the wood shop directly across the hallway from a different shop class. Why is this important for me to bring up? Great question that I pretended you asked. That classroom had a bunch of equipment and stuff in it that allowed us to make the products for the business class. And somehow, I don't know how this happened, the teacher from that other shop class heard about the money that we had made. We were called into her classroom and she asked what we made for our business. Magnets? Did you use the equipment from this room? Yeah, our teacher said that we could use school equipment to make our business. Well, actually, there's a school fee for using school resources. And since you guys used school resources, you'll have to pay the fee. And then she charged us money. She wasn't even our teacher and she made us cough up an additional $50 of our hard-earned money just because of a made-up rule. I can make up rules too. There's a 200% fine for being a jerk to me. You know how in art class you have to pay like $75 for the paint and the canvas or whatever? That was the excuse to take the money. The thing is, we did use tools from her shop room, but you know what tools that we used to make the magnets? A paper cutter. Squeak, squeak. Is that worth $50, do you think? You tell me. We couldn't do anything about it because she was a teacher, and all we were just a bunch of lowly students with no power and a bunch of cool magnets. In the end, we walked away with about $20 per person. $20 isn't nothing. It's like a Chipotle. One Chipotle. I'm happy with the money that we earned, but she totally lied and pocketed that money. You know, this gives me a great business idea. Step 1, become a teacher. Step 2. So yeah, that was not a good teacher. But what can you do? You can eat your feelings. Can I have some? No. Go get your own. The worst part is, despite the class, I'm still bad at business. Before the next bad teacher story, I have good news. Very good news. The ice cream sandwich plush is back and he's bigger than ever. Literally. This time around, he's bigger and fluffier, and he's even passed the bar exam. Battery is legally defined as when the victim is aware of the oncoming attacker. It sure is, buddy. It's an amazing pillow. It's an amazing snuggle buddy. It can even do this. Go to this website to pre-order now. Pre-orders will be up for a while, but once we move into production, they're gonna be closed. So if you want it, I'd go get it now. More details on production and shipping are on the website. Be sure to get yours today. Thank you, me, for sponsoring this video. You're welcome. This other time in junior high school, me and my friend Lance were sitting together at lunch. While we were hanging out, we just were messing with each other, which is a thing friends do. That's normal. We were just having fun. But then a teacher looked over and saw me holding Lance's Gatorade. From her perspective, she probably thought that I was being a real bully, and she decided it was a good idea to intervene. That's not a bad thing, by the way. It's just the way that she went about it was, well, I have notes. But you are thirsty. But you want a quenching delicious drink. If you don't want this fork to go into your neck, you give that back to him right now. Yeah, okay. And then she walked away. I do not think that is proper conflict resolution. A lot of things go through my mind. Like, was she just messing around also? But people normally just mess with people that they know.
Who are you?
I've never talked to her before in my life, and first impressions matter, one would think. And if it were a joke, she would probably say, haha, just kidding. But she didn't. That's a weird way to deliver a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know why. Hello? Why? Plus, there's some jokes that can't just be ended with just kidding, and it makes everybody laugh. Sometimes a bit can go too far. Just kidding. But hello? That interaction was the worst. I hated that. All I wanted was to not ever interact with her again. Cause, you know, pretty rough first impression. But then she called a meeting with me. I imagine she must have been nervous that I would go tell on her to another teacher, and then she would get in trouble. I go down to the main office to meet with her. She's in this big meeting room at a very large oval table with a lot of seats, and it's just her and just me. And she's like, hey, Andy, you know about lunch the other day where I told you to stop messing around? You know, I was just kidding, right? Yeah. This was clearly an intimidation tactic. But what was I gonna do? Sue her? All right, that's it. I'm suing. But legal services aren't cheap, so... You wanna buy a magnet? I'm not saying I'm the best at conflict resolution myself, but I think a better opener in a situation like that is everything okay? Instead of threatening someone with a fork. But what do I know? I'm just a guy with 3 weird hair things. Chipotle? Plus, this is junior high school. What we were doing was tame compared to stuff the other students would do. If we're gonna violently punish students, let's tone it down from fork to maybe pool noodle would be more acceptable. You know how when you're young, you look to adults like they know all that is right and wrong? And if you needed help or justice, you could go to them in a time of need? Teacher, Billy keeps hitting me and taking my pencil. And also he tripped me and he stole all of my stuff from my backpack. And also he sawed me in half. Well, way back in first grade, I had this friend named Cody. I thought he was pretty cool. He thought I was pretty cool. So he gave me one of his toys. Communication at that age is pretty primitive, but you get the gist of what's going on. It was one of those puff air toys where you push buttons to push air through the water and try to get the rings on the stems. We're definitely going to regionals this year. Foolishly, I had brought it to school with me because I cherished it, God forbid, and I wanted to play it at school. I was playing with it in class once though, and that's on me. I should have been focusing more on my education. That was coloring in the fire truck. So, my bad. The teacher noticed me playing it and was like, no, we are doing coloring now, and took it away from me. Fine, I did need to focus. I can't become the president of the United States if I don't cover the basics first. I'm going to make the wheels green. The problem was that she just wouldn't give it back. This was a long time ago, so I can't remember her reasoning, but I do remember that she just never gave it back to me. And because the toy was gone, it upset Cody and ultimately hurt our friendship. This betrayal for my teacher didn't compute with me. In my mind, I knew stealing bad, teacher's supposed to help, teacher took something of mine and made me worse off. None of that stuff mixed in my brain. This tastes like toilet water and ketchup. What's a little weird is that I remember that experience. I don't remember a lot of first grade, but I remember that toy and when a teacher took it away from me. When a teacher is good to you, you'll remember that forever. Unfortunately, when a teacher is bad to you, you'll also remember that forever. And you'll brood in your window at night recounting their sins. Some people do that. I don't do that. You okay, man? I could have gone to regionals. Anyway, recently I went to California, and while I was there, I hung out with Rushlight Invader, who I found has a bad teacher story, which I decided he should share.
All right, so one time I had a bad teacher and I hated her. And I had this one teacher who I look up to. He taught me how to paint. I love him. One day, my bad teacher was like, hey, let's go on a field trip. It will be out for 3 hours. We're going to the Andy Warhol Museum. It's going to be awesome. We go. But you know what happened?
What happened?
We came back to college, and the bad part was it was 3 hours after when we originally wanted to be there by.
So the field trip was making you miss the class for your favorite good teacher.
Yes. I was so angry the whole field trip. I'm like, this field trip's bleeding my other classes right now, and I am angry. Blah, blah, blah. Go back to school. And I storm into my class, my favorite class. This is like the main course, the main main painting course, the main teacher. He is famous, okay? I only get to pay for an hour. Whatever, waste of the day.
That's annoying that she made the field trip run over so much. That's also wasting your tuition.
So she has the bright idea to do another field trip, Andy.
That's what is this allowed? Impromptu field trips that just go over other classes?
Yeah, that's why she's a bad teacher, Andy. It's not a good teacher video, it's the bad teacher video.
Inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate. Judge, send her out.
Send me out too. I need to use the bathroom.
Oh. So she wanted to go on another field trip. And I'm like, no. I tell her straight up, like, I'm good. I'll stay back. She's like, what? You're not going to join us? I promise we'll be on time this time. And I'm like, nah. I'll just go with my good teacher's class and just stay with him all day. I have so much time to kill. I will paint with him. I'm going to learn so much.
What is this bad teacher? What's her class? What is she teaching?
This teacher, she didn't know how to teach her class. She was the Photoshop teacher, and I was the only one that knew Photoshop. And I had to teach the class for her.
Oh no. That's bad.
She's terrible.
Wait, why is she taking you on field trips for Photoshop class?
She don't want to do her job.
That's really bad.
So she goes on this other field trip, and I'm there painting all day with my other teacher. To be fair, she arrived back on time. She's like, hi, Rush. I didn't see you at the field trip, and look, we're back on time. You're here, but where's the students at? The other 3 students, they're late. She's like, what? Actually, I know where they are. Yeah, this girl's at a bar nearby. The one guy just went home to sleep. The other guy went to go dirt bike riding. And they're like, how do you know this? I'm part of their class. I told me their plans. They were like, yeah, after the field trip, we're gonna ditch class and do our own things. Interesting. Turns towards the bad teacher. And then she laughed out of embarrassment.
Oh, so then the cat blew off the cat.
Yeah, you know the famous saying. The cat blew off the cat.
Yeah, that's the one everybody knows.
And dude, it was so funny watching her face realize she just lost.
Wow, more concerned with being right than anything. That is a bad teacher. Thank you, Rush, for sharing your story. Team 3, you can proceed with extraction. Everybody, let's thank Rush for his story. Thank you, Rush. Thank you. Next up, you can go to his channel where we talk about outside stories. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.